Imagine being trapped inside a moving metal coffin. The air is thick and hot, smelling of oil and pure terror. Your hands are bound so tightly you can no longer feel your fingers. Outside, the rhythmic hum of tires on the asphalt tells you one thing. You are being driven far away from civilization, deep into the void of the California desert. Jennifer Aspenson was there, locked in the trunk of a psychopath who had already ended multiple lives. But Andrew Urdiales made one mistake. He didn't realize that Jennifer wasn't just another victim. She would become his greatest undoing. Today, on Made in America True Crime, we dive into the harrowing tale of a survival that defied every legal and physical probability. How did a 19-year-old girl escape the clutches of a monster and, years later, help end his trail of blood? This is a story of intuition, a mechanical miracle, and the resilience of the human spirit against the personification of evil. It was September 1992 in Palm Desert, California. Jennifer Aspenson was a hardworking young woman employed at a center for the developmentally disabled. That morning, fate took a dark turn when she missed her bus. Desperate to keep her job, and facing the scorching desert sun, she made a choice that many of us might have made. In a moment of panic, when a white car pulled over and a man offered her a ride, Jennifer felt a cold shiver down her spine. Her gut was screaming no. The driver was Andrew Urdiales. He looked unremarkable, a clean-cut military man, polite and seemingly helpful. He was a former Marine stationed at Camp Pendleton, a detail that often disarmed his victim. Despite her overwhelming intuition, Jennifer got into the car. That was the second her life changed forever. During the drive, Urdiales' demeanor shifted. The polite facade evaporated, replaced by a dense, suffocating silence as he veered off onto an isolated, dusty dirt road. Urdiales didn't just want to rob her. He wanted total domination. Under the threat of a knife and a firearm, he brutally assaulted her. He then bound her limbs and shoved her into the cramped, dark trunk of his car. As the lid slammed shut, Jennifer was plunged into total darkness. In that moment, she experienced what survivors call a moment of clarity. She realized with terrifying certainty that if Andrew stopped that car again, she would never breathe another breath. While the car bounced over the rugged desert terrain, Jennifer began to desperately feel around the interior of the trunk with her bound hands. In a miraculous feat of resourcefulness, she managed to manipulate the mechanism of the trunk latch. She found a way to pop the lock from the inside, a technical miracle, in an era before safety releases were standard. However, she knew she couldn't jump yet. She had to wait for the exact moment when the car's speed would allow an escape. The vehicle eventually slowed down. Urdiales was scouting for the perfect, secluded spot to commit his final act. Jennifer took a deep breath, prayed, and the moment the car slowed to a crawl, she pulled the latch. The trunk lid swung open. Jennifer leaped onto the hot asphalt and ran with every ounce of strength she possessed. Urdiales, stunned by her escape, attempted to chase her, but Jennifer managed to flag down the construction workers in a truck. She was finally safe. You might assume that after Jennifer's brave escape and report to the police, Urdiales was caught immediately. But the reality of the justice system was cruelly slow. Due to jurisdictional gaps and a lack of physical evidence at the time, the highway predator remained free. Tragically, he continued his spree. Because he wasn't apprehended in 1992, Urdiales went on to kill several more women in multiple states, using his military training to hunt and evade capture for years. It wasn't until 1997, 5 years later, that the house of cards finally collapsed. Urdiales was arrested in Illinois for the murder of Laura Ulaki. Upon his arrest, he began a chilling series of confessions. He wasn't just a random attacker. He was one of the most prolific serial killers in U.S. history, admitting to the murders of 8 women across California, Illinois, and Florida. He described his crimes with a clinical, haunting detachment that shocked even veteran detectives. Jennifer Aspenson was the only one who got away. Her testimony years later became the final nail in Urdiales' coffin. She bravely faced the monster in the courtroom, staring down the man who had tried to erase her existence. Her courage proved that human resilience can shatter the chains of the deepest trauma. Andrew Urdiales was eventually sentenced to death, but he cheated the executioner by taking his own life in his prison cell at San Quentin. in November 2018. Today, Jennifer is an author and speaker, transforming her pain into a mission to save others. Her story serves as a vital reminder. Never ignore your gift of fear. If your intuition tells you something is wrong, it almost certainly is. Jennifer's survival wasn't just luck. It was pure bravery and an unshakable will to live. Thank you for joining us for this case on Made in America True Crime. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more in-depth criminal analysis. As we close this chapter, remember Jennifer's strength whenever you face your own darkness. Stay alert, trust your instincts, and look out for one another. The world can be a dangerous place, and sometimes predators hide in plain sight behind a polite smile or a military uniform. We will see you in the next episode as we continue to uncover the truth behind the shadows. Until then, stay safe and stay vigilant. The shadows only win if we stop shining a light on the truth.